I don't know what was going on there.
You were drunk on Salvador Dali.
Racheter. Eux la connaissent. Pas moi. Je connais les factures, oui.
Poor Homme. Dali, poor Homme.
It doesn't say that on the bottle though. It just says Salvador Dali. So how am I supposed to know?
Those are the games that he plays. This is Dali, poor Homme, despite the fact that it doesn't say it on the bottle.
Look at those sexy lips. What?
Ooh, whoa. Hold on. Here comes the special guest reviewer, Dr. Kitty Noodles. You can tell he's jazzed to be here.
Okay, ready, one.
Let's see what he thinks of this magnificent fragrance.
Oh, he does not like it.
He wants out of here, folks. He's done with that shit.
Okay, here you go.
Okay.
You go first.
Okay.
Go.
Yeah.
Okay, you start.
Salvador Dali, I think the perfect way to describe Dali pour Homme is that Dali pour Homme does to patchouli what Encre Noire did to vetiver. You think of the note in a very specific way, typically when you're thinking of perfumery, especially iconic notes such as patchouli and vetiver. And then you smell a fragrance like Dali pour Homme, which just grabs the patchouli and forces it to be something completely different than what you're used to. It's still recognizable as patchouli, but I don't think you're prepared for what it actually becomes in the fragrance.
Well, in non-note speak, this is violent. I hated it at first when you got it almost a year ago now, because it was like winter last year that you actually got this. I hated it, but I've learned to enjoy it. I think I asked you to go out of your way to wear this once, and I enjoyed it. I think out of the bottle and on the skin are very different with this. I mean, it's more violent out of the bottle than it is on the skin, but it's still violent on the skin. Don't get me wrong there. Oh, yeah, I mean, I can't even begin to even try to describe this thing. It's weird, it's intense, it's dark, it's dirty, it's mean, but, I mean, like, I think this does a better job smelling like BDSM than, was it the Histoire de Parfum Marquis de Sade? For sure.
Yeah.
This, smells more bondagey, naughty, kinky sex than Marquis de Sade did.
I agree. I would agree with that. I think when I first ordered this and it came in the mail, I popped it open and like sprayed it 3 times and then just sprayed it on myself. And because I blind bought this, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. People described it as evil, like the devil in a bottle. Surreal, obviously. I don't think it's surreal.
I don't think it's a devil in the bottle either.
I don't think so either. I wouldn't even call it evil. I think violent could be correct. And I think everything else, I think everything Jess said is right. I think everybody else misleaded me. So when I first sprayed this on, thinking that it was going to be everything that it was, I was really shocked, and I thought this is the craziest old woman perfume I've ever smelled in my life. That's what I thought when I first sprayed it on.
I don't think a woman could pull this off, though.
Not even an old woman?
Not even...
Like your grandma?
Definitely not my grandma.
But a grandma, you walk into her house?
Okay, so I don't think an old grandma would wear it as a perfume, but an old grandma would wear it as, like, a Yankee Candle smell, for sure.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, like, that's what her house smells like, not what an old grandma smells like.
There is something kind of old about it, though. A lot of people describe this as, like, an out-of-time scent. I don't think so. I think this is an old-time scent, like, not like an old world, but, like, just old. It just feels to me like old. I mean, it's very murky. It's very, like, damp, almost, I would even say. And foggy. Foggy is a word I would use to describe this. It just smells like a bunch of moss and a bunch of, like, old books, maybe. I don't know. It's super hard to describe. I agree with you. I think this is really hard to describe.
Sillage, I don't remember. I mean, my guess based off the smell, if my memory is correct, it's pretty strong.
Yeah.
I mean, I think part of it is just because it's so unique that your nose picks up on it. Because your brain is like, that smells weird, what's going on? So your brain keeps like triggering the senses to re-smell it. And I have issues with nose fatigue really easily. So the fact that I can still smell it, I think goes to say something. Longevity, I think it's also, if I right, is it pretty?
It lasts.
Yeah.
It lasts. I don't know what to say. And the other problem is, so like, in the way people typically refer to perfume, like, this is a young man scent, an old man scent, a winter, summer, wear it for formal occasions, non-formal occasions. I don't think you can classify this in any of those ways.
It's a Halloween scent.
It is. It's a scent for when you want to be something else.
Yeah.
I think. And I could see you dressing it up. I could see you dressing it down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what type of man is supposed to wear it.
We had you wear it, what, summer? And
Yeah.
it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad
worked.
in the summer. Yeah, surprisingly it worked. I mean, you've worn it in the winter and somebody said that you... What did he say to you when you wore it? Do you remember?
I don't. It was something to the effect of, that smells wicked or something, and asked what it was.
But yeah, so that's, I guess, what our intention or impression of the smell is. The bottle I really like.
The bottle's masterful.
So you've got the really pretty like gold on it that's written beautifully. You've got the gold cap that kind of ties it all together, and then it's kind of hard to tell, but their little lips are what on top, and it's
got this little, like, it seems like a Count
Dracula type,
And it's got little divots down in the bottle. I don't know if you can see that, where it's supposed to lock perfectly on there.
I mean, I like the bottle. I think the bottle is super sharp.
I agree.
It's a funky sharp though. I think it's pretty great.
And it's super odd, like, shaped here. And even
It's
where
not symmetrical, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, and you wouldn't imagine the text to be here with the lips pointing out this way. Like, it like purposely goes out of its way to be like a design disaster. And it's awesome.
Salvador Dali got drunk designing this bottle. Is what's going on.
Yeah.
So what would you rate it out of 10?
I'd probably give it like a 7.
That's what I
to
would
be
say.
honest. I like it because it's super unique and it has a lot of interesting elements to it. It's really hard for me to think of, like, whenever I'm looking at my perfume and I look to wear something, I look at this.
Gravitate towards it.
Yeah, I look at it and I go, I don't know when I'm supposed to wear that. What the hell is that shit? I like it though. I like having it around. Mm-hmm. It brings to mind like 80s powerhouse fragrances that have all of that patchouli and like masculinity to them, but with the masculinity kind of peeled down to some like old skin and bones devil hiding in an old like abandoned house out in the forest.
Okay, so here comes the real question. Do you have any ideas what fictional character would wear this? I've got some.
Go for it if you've got some.
Yeah, so Crowley, who's played by Mark Sheppard in the Supernatural series, he is kind of like the devil, but not really. I could see him wearing something like this. He also might be a little too classy for this, but I could easily say this, as well as when I think of what Dementors would smell like, this is what I think Dementors would smell like. I mean, those are the things that come to mind first. I don't know. I mean, you might have something completely different from me, but...
I think I'm really close with the Dementors. The only thing I could think of is that Mama from the Guillermo del Toro movie, that, like, her fucking shack where her spirit resides would just smell like this. It'd just be, like, fucking fog of this rolling out of the door you enter, and you're like, what the hell? And then she fucking slumps about at you.
Yeah. Well, that's... Salvador Dali.
Yeah, weird shit.
Salvador Dali, alias Dali. Do 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 do.
Dun 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 dun.